Hey guys, Ike here from Mike'sOutdoors.com. I'm here today with...
Me.
Me who?
Jacob.
Me, Jacob. And we're going to show you guys how to make your own wind detectors. I've got a couple different things here we're going to show you. You want to hold those? First off, I've used this trick for years. And all this is a piece of yarn tied to my stabilizer. And you can see the slightest little bit of wind and it's going to move that around. You can see the natural wind is blowing just a little bit and it's blowing it this direction, kind of blowing it back toward me. So you can see just with, and you don't need it this long, I just tied that on there just a second ago. You can see that just a piece of yarn on your stabilizer will make a pretty good wind detector. Another thing you can do is actually take these pieces of yarn and tie them up in your tree stand. Tie them somewhere where you can see them and stuff like that. But I like it on my stabilizer, that way I can get out in the morning and if I want to I can just hold my bow out in front of me and it'll push it for me and I can see how it's going to work. So piece of yarn works good for me because it's really lightweight. Paracord works too, but yarn seems to work better because it is so light. Like I said, you can tape that. If you don't have a stabilizer like this, you can just use some tape, wrap around it, and you can tape a little section of that to your stabilizer. Another thing I've got here, I'll trade you, is I've got two different bottles here, and what I've done is I went down to Walmart, bought these 3-ounce little flip-top bottles. Now one of them has Arm & Hammer baking soda in it, or baking powder. Baking soda. So we got baking soda in there. And the other one has cornstarch in it. The cornstarch actually works a little bit better, but it's just a little bit messier and tends to clump up a little bit more than the baking soda. So what you can see is what I've done with this one. Come here, stand on this side of me, buddy, since the wind's blowing that direction. You can go like this with it and kind of get a nice little fine mist. And turn it upside down, just like that, and you've got yourself a wind detector. And you can see which way the wind's going. So this little thing was 97 cents and a bottle of Arm & Hammer baking soda was like 58 cents. So pretty cheap, and I can fill this bottle up 2 or 3 times with it. And the nice thing about baking soda is it's not only a scent killer, you can actually use this to put on your body, under your arms, different stuff like that, and it'll absorb the bacteria and absorb the scent. You can also use it then as a wind detector, so it's got a multi-purpose to it. The cornstarch, you're not going to be able to do that with it, but you're going to be able to at least use it to tell which way the wind's blowing out of. And you can see with it, it's a little bit finer and seems to be blows a little bit more, but I can tell you right now, if you get this stuff wet, it's going to clump. That's what this stuff's designed for, is to thicken up gravy and stuff like that. So it is a little bit finer and it does a pretty good job of blowing out, but if you get this wet, it's probably going to be ruined. So that's the disadvantage to cornstarch. The other thing about it is it's no scent, and if it does smell like anything, it's going to smell like corn. So, you know, that's a good thing too. But you can see it probably does a little bit better to me, and it's about the same price. You can buy a big bottle of it, and if you can keep it dry, it's probably going to do a little bit better. It seems to be a little bit finer and have a little bit better powder feel to it. So a little bit lighter breeze. I think the cornstarch would work a little bit better. The multi-purpose for the Arm & Hammer baking soda, to me, is kind of worth the advantage of. You can see it still does a pretty good job. And to me, like I said, if you get there and you need something to put under your arms, put a little bit of this on your arms, or put a little bit of this on his hand, put it under your arms, put it on your neck, anywhere you've got scent that you know worked up a sweat. Or if you need to put it on something when you get there, your boots, inside your boots, stuff like that, you know, it's a pretty good job, does a pretty good job of absorbing odor. So you can use this for multiple things. So that's my suggestion on making your own wind detector. Cornstarch, baking soda, little flip-top 3-ounce bottles, and Jacob dropped my stabilizer. On your stabilizer, little piece of yarn, put those in your tree stands, put those up around where you can see them. Like me, if you get out where you park, tie your little piece of yarn to a tree or a fence post or somewhere where you park, and then when you get out, you'll be able to see where that yarn is blowing. But I like to have one on my tree stand because sometimes fronts move in, stuff like that, and you can actually see if the wind's blowing this direction, and then all of a sudden things change and the wind starts blowing back the other direction. So those are some do-it-yourself wind detectors. And for more product reviews, how-to videos, and tips videos, you can check us out at
IkesOutdoors.com.
IkesOutdoors.com. Appreciate you guys watching.
Ready.
What? Yeah?
You can put it under my armpits.
He's going to put it under his armpit.
See if it works.
You need some help?
Yeah.
Here. Let's see. We're going to see the other armpit.
Boots.
All right. Boots. Now come here and let me see if it works.
All right.
Come here, come here. Nope, you still stink. Oh.
All right, I'll open it.